sort of west of Lubin in the small town of Kazimir Dolmy. It's a very popular tourist town. It is full of school kids at the moment, but it's also apparently very popular with artists, and there's a whole lot of galleries, churches, ruins here, so we're going to go and check it all out.
And what's this behind you?
And behind me is the town well, so we actually saw someone just filling up their water bottle from it before, so still in use. Behind me is the church of St. John the Baptist and St. Bartholomew. One thing you can guarantee in Poland is that everywhere you go you will find a pretty superb church. This one was amazing inside, and there was a group of school kids in there and not one of them made a sound. Very, very impressive.
Those of you who are observant will notice that there are 3 crosses behind me on the hill, and this is to commemorate the fact that the town survived the plague in the 18th century, although apparently these crosses were there even before, possibly linked to some pagan festival. Anyway, 3 crosses on a hill, and I've got the feeling that we're going to be seeing a lot more crosses in the coming days.
So we might not be able to speak Polish, but it doesn't stop us browsing the book sales.
But someone needs to brush up on their Polish. You've only got 4 or 5 days before we go to Lithuania. Look what we found in the river. Renee seems to think this might be something to do with the Polish Navy, but I don't think so.
We've woken up to a beautiful morning on the Vistula. This is our second time of staying. Basically it's at the ferry crossings, and there's always a bit of room on either side, so we spent the night here. Nice, quiet, great view of the river.
But best of all, the temperature seems to have dropped. It's back to about 20 degrees, very, very comfortable. Not that stifling heat we had in the last few weeks. And we've just fresh out of a lovely break that we stayed at the Airbnb. And I think we really needed that little break.
Not just me, thank you very much, because we were getting a bit tired and we were getting a bit ratty, and it was good to have a break, but actually it's really good to be back in the motorhome and moving again, and yeah, off to some new places.
I could tell that Renee was getting a bit tired and ratty. She was throwing the dice and backgammon, not gently rolling them, throwing them.
Yeah, I do throw my toys when I start to lose, so that's how I know when I'm getting tired. My tolerance for losing just disappears.
And she's been doing quite a bit of that lately.
Yes, unfortunately, yeah.
Anyway, back on the road, we're heading up to look for some more crosses today. Let's see how we get on. Time to get some diesel.
I'm going up the country, baby, don't you wanna go? I'm going up the country, baby, don't you wanna go? I'm going to some place where I've never been before.
One thing we've noticed in Poland is that they're very house proud and they do love their gardens, and I think we just found the best garden ornament in Poland.
There's a lot of steps behind you, Renee. Where are we?
Well, we're at Grabaka Monastery. We're actually very close to the border with Belarus. This is an Orthodox monastery, but it's got a hill behind us with a whole lot of crosses, so we're going to go and check that out.
Apparently, every year thousands of pilgrims come to this site and they bring with them crosses, and over the years they have just accumulated and accumulated, and here we have it's almost like a forest of crosses. There's a lot more to this place than just the crosses. If you look around, there's actually a whole complex for a big monastery, we believe. And what have you found, Renee?
Lots and lots of really interesting crosses up here at the monastery, and I think in here is the actual chapel that they built to celebrate surviving a cholera epidemic, I think.
No cameras, but in you go. And what did you just see in there?
Some very impressive painted walls. So the walls and the ceiling are all painted with religious iconography. It's really, really good.
Now, yesterday, Renee, we saw 3 crosses on a hill. How does this compare?
Possibly a little bit more impressive here. So yeah, we seem to have hundreds, if not thousands of crosses, or actually thousands I'd say, maybe tens of thousands even, here. Some old, some new, some with names on them, some with ribbons on them, some with rosary beads, all sorts of stuff. Very, very cool.
And what have you got there?
Not entirely sure. I'm just trying to remember the name of it. It began with M, but as we were leaving the crosses, we stopped at a little stall just to see what the woman was selling, and a chap piped up saying he could speak English. Turned out he's actually Polish but from Melbourne, and he recommended that we buy these things. They're kind of like a honey flavoured chip, but not quite as crunchy as a chip. Sweet but not too sweet, and I'm pretty sure I can eat the whole lot.
I'm sure you'll give it a good nudge.
Oh, I will.